Hello, and welcome to Ask Mama Amy, a podcast promoting practical advice and resources for strong mothers. I'm your host, Amy Shao, single mom and estate planning attorney and founder of Shao Law. Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to have Dr. Tess Mauricio today with us. She's the owner and the founder of Beauty Clinic in San Diego and Beverly Hills. So excited to have you, Dr. Tess.
Oh, Amy, it's such a pleasure. And, first I just want to say thank you for helping our family with all of our, estate planning. It's, being a busy mom myself, I think it's one of those things that it's hard to do on your own. And so I just really appreciate all your help with that. And I'm excited to talk to moms out there.
Love it. Love it. So first off, Dr. Tess, can you just tell us what is it that you do and how do you help moms with your practice?
Well, so I founded M Beauty Clinic. It was Scripps Ranch Dermatology in 2004. So we've been in practice for a long time. And really my goal, my own personal passion is really to utilize the latest technology, cutting edge treatments, and my expertise as a Stanford trained dermatologist to really help my patients look and feel their very best, their most confident self, and live their best lives. And, definitely my passion is women's health. And so we do more than skin treatments now. We do body shaping, we do women's intimate health, treatments as well. And anything that can make a woman feel their very best.
Love it. Love it. And you're a mom yourself, right? So can you share a little bit about your own personal journey as a mom? And does that have anything to do with the what you're doing right now?
It's kind of crazy, So my husband and I met at Stanford Medical School. We were classmates. We got married while we were in med school, and we actually had our daughter Jaina 2 months. I gave birth to her 2 months before I graduated from medical school. And so she's a Stanford baby. And now she is graduating. She's graduating this June, and she'll be attending medical school as well. And so that's kind of that's a full circle story.
Yeah,
and
the
then we have
legacy.
yeah. And we have our son, Michael, who is a freshman in high school. And so, throughout my motherhood, the whole motherhood experience, I've really been a working mom. And like I said, my husband is also a physician. But, really the key to our kind of my, what's the secret is really staying close to family and having a network of people that you can trust, that you can rely on, both like just physical help with your children, but also emotional help. And my husband also got sick, and we shared this with you, Amy, about this, about when we were in our, 40, so about 10 years ago, my husband was diagnosed with a pituitary tumor, a brain tumor. And that really, he wasn't able to practice. And so being a working mom, and of 2 kids and a caretaker and a wife of someone who was sick, I think I learned a lot from those experiences. And part of what I talk to my patients about is really, just trying to inspire them, trying to empower them, and also encouraging them to take care of themselves. Because the bottom line is, I think moms, sometimes we put ourselves last. And I think what I've learned is that I learned it from my mom, because, we immigrated from the Philippines in 1984. And at one point, my mom was working 2 full-time jobs, but always, whenever she got home, she would always tell us, she'd be resting. She didn't do a lot of housework. She didn't cook. Maybe she's like, I need to rest and heal my body, because if I get sick, we would lose everything. And so when my husband was sick, that was what I kept telling myself. I had to keep myself strong mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, so that I can lift my family up and I can support my children, my husband, and still work and keep everything going. And thank God he's much better now. And, he's recovered. And like I said, we're a much better family because of what we've gone through.
Oh my, the closeness that you have to go, that was generated from that hardship, huh? Yeah.
Well, absolutely. I think it's either going to make or break you. All of us are going to go through our own challenges in marriage, and in life, period. So I think you have to find a way to somehow get through it. And I also credit my deep faith. And this again is something that, I learned from my parents, because when we were growing up, my dad also was sick. He had a heart attack in his early 40s and had a back problem. So I grew up with that. And I saw how my mom dealt with it and still kept the family together, still kept joy in the family, and really didn't dwell on, all the negativity. And my dad was the same. And so I learned, and I needed those skills to get through my own challenges.
Oh my God. So if you could pinpoint something, because in at that time you had certain expectations, but then the expectations or like it just changed like completely, like something that's totally out of your control. So what would you say was the thing that really held you together? Like, was your mom helping you? Like, what was that main thing, your core strength?
I think you hit it right there, Amy, that, very few of us really, when we imagined our lives, right? Okay, I'm marrying my Stanford med school classmate, we're both going to be doctors. He just finished really residency, he was doing really well when the brain tumor hit. And you're right. Your concept of what your life is supposed to be change. And I was just supposed to be sort of the extra, extra worker. And I'm just supposed to really like hang out with my daughter at the time. But I ended up being the main caretaker, main breadwinner, and, helping raise our kids. And so lucky that, again, my parents and my whole family were part of M Beauty Clinic. My siblings, we were all there and they supported me. And also, like I said, my deep faith that God has a plan. I truly believe that there is a reason for all of our suffering and challenges, and that it's a way for us to learn and be better. And and also I had this thing in my head that I'm not a quitter. I'm not going to quit. And I truly wanted life to be the best that it can be for my kids. And I had to be strong for them. And so I think with that, and also my husband, I have to give credit to my husband, because I think when we don't feel good, and also he didn't imagine his life to be that like that, he didn't imagine that he wouldn't be able to work and support the family and be there physically for us. But he always remained positive, and he always found a way to be joyful and use whatever energy he had to help the kids, whether it's their schooling, help me with what I'm doing at work. So I think it's a combination, but really it boils down to relationships, the strength of your relationship, whether it's your parents or your siblings, your family, your relationship with your spouse. So, when I talk to professional women, younger professional women who are not yet married, I always tell them to take care of their relationship, because in the end, that is what matters. And all of us, Amy, you're highly successful as well, and so, we're so lucky if we can find someone who will support us and all the crazy things that we want to do. And sometimes we get too busy that you forget, but I still remind myself about that now, because now he's better. Sometimes I ignore him, but prioritizing relationships, because someday you may need to call upon those relationships to help get you through a tough time.
Oh, I love your focus on relationship and the love and the connection within your family. And it's like a family business that you have, right? Yeah.
It really is. It's very unique. I'm the oldest of 4 kids. And like I said, we immigrated to the United States in 84, and I was 12 years old. And my youngest sister at the time was only 3 months old. And both my parents, just like any immigrant parents, both really just had to work for survival. And so I really was the caretaker for my younger siblings. And so I think they're used to taking orders from me. So we all work together. Two of my siblings, Rick and Angela, are the nurses at M Beauty Clinic. And then our other sister, Cheryl, basically runs, she's the CFO and runs the day-to-day management. And we all see each other almost every day. We all live near each other, and it's such a blessing. And we do treat our patients like they're part of our M Beauty family. So it's really fun.
I love that because obviously not all family businesses are successful or work. There's definitely disputes here, but your family business, it seems like everybody gets along. And so, what is that secret sauce to get everybody along? Is like
we don't get it. We don't get along all the time. So I think just like any relationship and just like any family, there are disagreements. And, but I think the bottom line is that we know we have each other's backs. So we trust each other, and we know that we come from a place of love, and that, even if there are disagreements and even there's hurt feelings sometimes, we quickly forgive each other, and we have a shared goal. And our shared goal for M Beauty Clinic is really to help as many patients as possible to look and feel their best. And we know that we are able to do that now with the incredible technologies that we have available for all of us. And so that kind of binds us together. And I think also shared hardships, right? The experiences that we went through as an immigrant family, I think definitely is keeping us very, very close. And we appreciate where where we are now. We grew up in East San Diego and in a cockroach and rat infested small little apartment, and there are 6 of us there, and we didn't even have a washing machine. We had to walk to the quick corner to wash our clothes.
Oh my
And
goodness.
cross El Cajon Boulevard. We had to cross El Cajon Boulevard to go to a quick corner to do our laundry. And so these types of experiences really bound us together. And now we're like, gosh, God is great. And we're really having the time of our lives now.
How awesome. And at the time when you set up or when you founded M Beauty Clinic, was that right after what happened to your husband? Was that kind of what you had already been planning?
So, when I started M Beauty Clinic, it was Scripps Ranch Dermatology and Cosmetic Center. It was with my sister Angela, and the idea was that I was just going to work part-time because I had Jana. She was, maybe about 1 or 2 years old then. And no, she was older than that. She was 5. And then I was just going to work part-time because James was working as a full-time anesthesiologist, very busy. But we ended up becoming very, very busy as well. We had a lot of patients, and we expanded the practice. And it wasn't till maybe a few years later when James had the brain tumor. But really, it was we started it, just me and my youngest sister, Angela. She was taking phone calls using her cell phone. That's how the practice started. We were subleasing a couple of rooms from my primary care doctor. And then we got busy. Then we had to have, our own office. And then we expanded to multiple offices. And then our brother Rick joined, and then our sister Cheryl joined, and now we're here.
Lovely. Wow. And so you obviously demonstrate like from nothing to all the way to what you have now. Like you've had to endure a lot of challenges throughout, and you've somehow managed to just turn that around and demonstrate so much strength. So how would you define strength, and what what is a strong mom to you?
Right. So, that's a really amazing question, but it's also hard because you can define strength in so many different ways. I think, with moms, just by giving birth, you're already strong. I think this is a testament to how amazingly strong we are. But I think more than that, we have to be emotionally, psychologically, and physically strong. And it really boils down to resilience. We don't know what's going to happen with our lives. But I think, whenever we go through challenges and we conquer them, or when we start a project and we really see it through, or you're seeing like now that our daughter is graduating, it's sort of these important milestones that make you think back of that all of the sacrifices, it's worth it. And I think being strong means that you're not scared to face new adventures, whether that is now you're now the caretaker, you're now the breadwinner, and that you have focus on what your goals are and focus on what you're trying to achieve, whether that is keeping the family together, whether that is having success in your career or having a successful relationship. I think keeping the goal of why you're doing things is really important as well. And I think moms have to celebrate, their achievements, because I think I see that all the time in my practice, is that moms tend to be very hard on themselves, and I think that's one of the things I learned from my mom. Like I said, my mom worked a lot because she's the main breadwinner from my family as well, because my dad got sick. But she didn't keep the tidiest household. She didn't cook. And so because she's like, I gotta rest, I already am working. And so I think a lot of moms, they just want to be the best at everything, and then they end up wearing themselves out, whether physically or emotionally, spiritually. So I think give yourself credit as a mom. Find out what you're good at as well. We're good at certain things. Like, I admit my husband is better with the kids than me. He's so good with the kids. He's so good with homework, and I hate teaching the kids. So, be honest and accept that we're all have different gifts, and we have to take care of ourselves and celebrate those achievements.
Love it. Love it. And so what are some of the ways that women can get rejuvenated at your clinic?
Gosh, where do I start? There's so much. I think, so
top three.
I'll just talk about the most popular things, especially now with Zoom. We're seeing a lot of moms coming in, and they're like, oh my God, I have all these wrinkles, around my forehead, around my eyes when I smile. I think this is the easiest thing to fix. Botox, and there's a new product called Jeuveau. Within a week, magically, you're just like more flawless looking, when you're smiling, when you're looking at yourself on Zoom, you just look instantly younger. And this is like an easy thing to do, no downtime. So it doesn't interfere with our busy schedule as moms. So that's probably one of the most common things. The other thing is, of course, sunspots, age spots, when your skin is not as bright and even tone as it used to be when you were younger, and around pregnancy and hormone changes also can create discoloration on the skin. So we have treatments for that, whether that's, a light peel combined with technology, intense pulse light technology. Now we have this carboxytherapy treatment as well. No downtime treatments, but it really over time and in a series of treatments help bring back that youthful, more even skin tone, glowing skin that doesn't require a lot of makeup. Because that's one of the things moms really want is to and want to achieve is skin that doesn't need makeup, because you're too busy to like really fix yourself.
That's so true.
Right. And then of course, body shaping, I just recently this past few days, I did a mommy makeover. So I also do liposculpture and non-invasive skin tightening. And we do tickle lipo and this Renuvion J plasma, and we can bring your sexy back, basically, because that really impacts the way women feel, their confidence level. This patient actually that I did said that all she wanted to do was be able to be naked around her husband and not feel like she has to cover her body. And this happens, with pregnancies, menopause as well, changes our metabolism. And after a while, no matter what we do, we cannot lose areas of fat, usually in the midsection. And then if you've had stretch marks from pregnancy, that also can be treated beautifully as well. And then finally, we perform women's intimate health treatments like the O shot. Well, we use platelet-rich plasma to restore sensation in the vaginal area. Also, if you've had incontinence, a lot of moms, if you had vaginal delivery over time, when you sneeze, when you do jumping jacks, you kind of have to go to the bathroom. That's all fixable now without surgery, and so we treat a lot of moms.
That is so awesome. And why is it so important for moms to take the time to just take care of themselves? What does it do to them, like psychologically or spiritually?
Yeah, Amy, this is a really great point. I've always been a big believer that, our physical health is really connected to our mental and spiritual health. I actually co-authored a book called California Total Beauty with my friend, Dr. Brian Ullman, who is an expert in the psychological, well-being of patients. And this is what he does. And he's busier than ever after COVID because we've all been through tremendous amount of stress. And so, doing simple things, and they've done studies about this, that even getting a little Botox to treat your frown, angry look between your brows can elevate your mood, can increase happiness, can increase well-being, emotional well-being. And we see this all the time in the clinic. And so I tell people, it's not just skin deep. The changes and the transformation on your skin and your body truly affect your confidence level, your self-esteem, your excitement for life, and that sexy feeling that sometimes we lose as moms, and we can restore that. And we have incredible technologies now, and so I just urge moms out there that if you are feeling like you've lost your spark, give us a call. We offer free consultations. And we'll evaluate you and educate you on what is available, and you'll be amazed. And they really work.
So how can people get a hold of you?
Oh, there's so many ways. So you can call the clinic. It's our website is mbeautyclinic.com. And so you can email us at info@mbeautyclinic.com. I am on Instagram at Dr. Tess Mauricio and also Facebook. And you can call the clinic as well at 1-833-4MBeauty. And set up a consultation. It's free with our cosmetic consultants. You'll really be amazed at what you're able to do and how much better your spirits and even your energy level. Like when we look good, we feel good. It's not a cliche. It really has been proven scientifically that it works that way. Our brains work that way.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Love it. Okay. Before we conclude, do you have any parting words to encourage or inspire our strong moms in the community?
Absolutely. Don't forget to take care of yourself. We've all been through such an incredibly difficult year, and you deserve it. It is part of self-care. It can be as simple as just, putting on skincare products, right? Putting on a mask, taking care of your under eye area, massaging your skin. And then it can be, finding us and having a relationship with your dermatologist who can guide you through turning back the hands of time, reversing some of the damage motherhood has inflicted upon you. And then maybe guide you through the aging process as well, because our skin, our body, our hair, everything changes with hormones. And so we deal a lot as well with women after childbirth. We deal a lot with women around menopause, after menopause. And so we can guide you and we can be your partners to help you live your best life, most confident life, and happiest life at any age.
Love it. Thank you so much, Dr. Tess. Thank you for joining us today on Ask Mama Amy. Head over to askmamaamy.com for all the show notes and links you heard in today's episode. You'll also get my free legal tool for you to name legal guardians for your children, so that you can leave them with abundant resources to support them and a total peace of mind. If you liked today's episode, please subscribe and leave a review to tell us why. See you next time, mamas.